Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Spirit Guide Mailbox, we're going to be asking about warnings and blessings. So what warnings and or blessings does Spirit have for us today? And of course, as always, I first get one tarot card that kind of guide us, and then I will pull out my board and do some automatic writing. These cards are a little bit more difficult for me to shuffle. I need to work with them a little bit more. And as always, I do send out the intention that these videos reach those who need them when they need them. But that does not mean that the entire video is meant for you. It may just be a portion of it that you were meant to see that sort of triggers you, brings you a little bit of guidance, or it may be the entire video. So please just take what resonates. So we're asking for our blessings and warnings from our spirit guide. Spirit guide, blessings and warnings, please. And there we go. So we have the Queen of Swords, and we're going to take it in the reverse position. It's slightly reversed. So this is about coldness, bitterness, isolation. So when you have the Queen of Swords upright, it's all about independence and having clarity, being honest, sort of, being secure with where you are and what you're doing and knowing why type of thing. So when you flip it upside down, it can be this lack of clarity, this coldness, the bitterness, instead of being independent is about isolating, being too isolated. So I would definitely say that that would be a warning to you about being isolating yourself too much, maybe being too cold towards other people, right? Not allowing enough people into your life, or not necessarily enough, but not allowing people into your life that actually could be beneficial. And it could be because of this bitterness, right? Because you've been, what is it, twice bitten, once bitten, twice shy, right? So maybe you've experienced some things, and so you're trying to protect yourself, and so you're isolating yourself, and you're feeling bitter towards people. And really, that's not what we should be doing, right? We should be cutting off or purging ourselves of those that have harmed us or have done negative to us or are not in our highest and greatest good. But we should still allow ourselves to be open to relationships, to other people, right? And not hold that bitterness, because just because one person burnt you doesn't mean the next person's going to burn you, right? We have a whole spectrum of people in the world, from the most horrible to the absolute saints. And so you want to try and find the people that are on the saint side of the spectrum, right? And we're going to try and stay away from those that aren't, those that will cause us problems. But we don't want this to completely isolate ourselves and create bitterness and coldness within our heart, right? We want to open up and be grateful and experience life in all its glory. So I will bring out my board now. As always, I do write in silence and then dub over later, so that's why it might sound a little bit funny, and I do have trouble sometimes reading my own writing, and I trip over my own words, so I will try and do it as best I can here and get my board lined up a bit. It is hard to line it up. We'll put our, we got our reversed Queen of Swords. Can you see the card there? I like this card deck. It's beautiful, but I only just got it a little while ago, and I need to work with it more to get it a little bit more broken in, as they say. And so I will be silent for a second, get into my meditation, and then we're going to look at our warnings and blessings from Spirit. Your warning and blessing are the same thing. People, be warned not to open yourself up to people who will cause you harm, who will only use you, who only want to take from you. But you must also accept that your blessing is to be open and enjoy relationships with others. Enjoy support and love and laughter. But it is the two sides of a coin. On one side, there is those who will harm and use you. And on the other side are those who will show you love, friendship, and support. Your job is to discern which side of the coin others are operating from. Don't close yourself off to others. Open your eyes to see who they truly are. Those that serve your highest and greatest good stay in your life, while those who are not in your highest and greatest good you leave behind. It doesn't matter the relationship. It doesn't matter the length of time you have been with someone. Those who are not good for you need to be phased out, while those that serve your life purpose must be supported and maintained. Live your life face free from guilt and free from others' expectations. love. Okay, so it's interesting that we asked for a warning and a blessing. And basically, what this is saying, people. So, people are your warning, people are your blessing, right? So, you're being warned against those people that are not good for you, right? And it's not necessarily that they will cause harm, but maybe they, talk behind your back. Maybe they're just not good people. Maybe they, because you hang out with them, you drink more, or you do drugs because you're hanging out with them, right? Like as a social thing or that type of thing. And then, and so they're not in your greatest and highest good, and they could very well bring you to harm, cause you harm, those sort of things. And so those are the people you need to sort of cut out of your life. Let them go by the wayside. But your blessing is also people. So you need to allow those, be open. Look at this, be open and enjoy your relationships, right? So you need to be open to relationships in your life that are a blessing, relationships where that support is there, the love is there, the laughter, right? You enjoy being with each other, you enjoy the friendship, and this doesn't have to be like love type, like lovers type relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be even your parent, your aunt, your grandparent, that sort of thing, right? So, and it doesn't matter what the relationship is. That was stated in here somewhere. I can't remember where, but it's not about what your relationship is to that person. So just because they're your mom doesn't mean you need to keep them in your life. Doesn't mean you have to be rude and be like, you're gone, you're horrible for me. No, we can just sort of phase them out. That was even in there, some phase. There we go. You can sort of phase them out of your life, right? Okay, mom, I do love you. You are my mother, but you are not in my greatest and best good. So I'm going to set it up that I'm just going to call you every Sunday, and I'm not going to answer the phone to you anymore. I will call you every Sunday at 6, and I will end up, because if you keep that routine every Sunday at 6, every Sunday at 6, your mother will come to expect it. And that's what the relationship is, and that's what you're willing to have this relationship. Or maybe you might need to completely cut them off. But what you need to do is focus on those who are a blessing within your life. Maybe your mom is the blessing within your life. You're like, you know what? I need to spend less time with my friends who are not good for me, who are leading me down a bad path, who don't have my highest and greatest good. And I need to spend more time with my mother, who does support me and does love me. So you need to look at your life, look at all your friendships, the totality of everyone that's in your life, and figure out who am I being warned against? Who is not for my highest and greatest good? And who am I being blessed by? Who is for my highest and greatest good? And start focusing on those relationships that are for your highest and greatest good, and start letting these other relationships that are not meant for you, are not good for you, go by the wayside. They can just go by the wayside. You can just phase them out. You could cut them off. Like, your situation, and it may be one person you just got to cut them off and be done with it. Block them on social media because you just need them out of your life. And then other people, you can just slowly phase out. Okay, I talk to you once a week now. I'm going to start stretching that out to once every 2 weeks, once a month, and I'm just going to let you go by the wayside. And it may not be that these people are necessarily horrible or bad people. It's just they are not allowing you to rise to the greatest and the best that you could be, right? So let's say you have a good friend who does drink a lot, and every Friday they want you to go out with them so that you can go drinking, and you're like, you know what, I end up going with them because I like them. I'm not really a big drinker, but I do have a few drinks. I end up having too much. I don't feel that good the next day. I really don't even want to be doing this, but I like this person. Well, they're not for your highest and greatest good, even though they might be a great person, they might be very responsible, but that relationship with them is not what you're meant to be in. That relationship with them is not for your greatest and highest good. And therefore, we need to phase it out, get rid of it, maybe just even change the dynamics of it. Maybe it's like, you know what, I'm not going to be drinking anymore. So you tell that person, you know what, I'm not going to bars anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. If you want to hang out somewhere else or some other time, we can go out for dinner, that sort of thing. Maybe I'll go out for dinner with you before you then go with other people to go and do your drinking, right? So this is all just about looking at your life, seeing who's setting off alarm bells, who's not for your greatest good, and seeing who's blessing you. Focus on those relationships that are blessing, and limit or get rid of those relationships that aren't blessing you. So I hope this message helps you. I just saw 15:15 on the timer. So 15 is all about new starts and changes, right? One's starting new cycles, and 5 changes. So I would say this is your message. We are starting a new cycle. We're going to be making changes in our lives. We're going to be focusing on those that are best and in our highest and greatest good. And we're going to be leaving all else behind, all others behind. I hope this message helped you. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.